Hello friends, welcome to the RJ Rohika Sharma channel. I hope you all are good. Before we start the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Now let's come to the story. Many seeds and season came and went. The village that once had only one famous tree was now surrounded by countless trees planted by different generations. Green fields stretch far and wide, and travelers often called it the village of living seeds. At the center of it all still stood the tree of patience, older, stronger, and wiser than ever. One autumn afternoon, Meera gathered the children and young villagers under the tree, just like Arjun used to do long ago. The cool wind gently moved through the branches and the leaves created a soothing whispering sound. Mira looked at the children and said, "Do you know why this tree is still standing strong after so many years?" A young boy replied, "Yes, I know, because its roots are very deep." Another child said, "Because everyone protected it." And other saying was someone saying like it's protect to someone else through the someone else and others. Mira smiled and nodded. Yes, both are true and all are true, but there is something even more important. The children listen carefully. This tree has survived because every generation care about it. Mira continue. Arjun planted the seed. His village protected the tree. And we spread it message to everyone. She paused for a moment and then said something that made everyone think deeply. A story lives only as long as people continue telling it. From that day onward, the villagers started a beautiful tradition. Every year they celebrated Seed Day. On that day special, on that special day, children, elders, and visitors would gather together under the tree of patience. They would share stories about patience, kindness, and hope. At the end of the celebration, every person planted at least one seed somewhere in the village or nearby lands. Year after years, the tradition continued. Soon forest began to grow around the village. Birds returned in great numbers, and the land became even more beautiful than before. People realized that the lesson of one silent seed had slowly turned into a movement of hope. Many years later, the village had grown into a small town. Roads connected it to a distant cities. Travelers from different countries visited it. Scholars wrote about its inspiring story. But the most magical moment still happened every evening under the tree of patience as the sun slowly set behind the hills. Its golden light fell gently on the tree's leaves. One evening, a group of young children sat under the tree with an old storyteller. The storyteller began the familiar tale. Long ago, a boy named Arjun planted a tiny seed given by his grandmother. The children listened with wide eyes, just as generation before them had done. When the story ended, one little girl asked softly, "Do you think Arjun ever imagined his seed would create all this?" The storyteller looked around at the forest, the smiling villagers, and the peaceful land. He smiled and replied, probably not. But that is the beauty of good seed. You never know how far it will grow. The children looked up at the tall branches touching the sky for a moment. The wind blew gently through the leaves. It sounded almost like a quiet message traveling through time. Its peace, looking like a breathing, taking breathing breath, and he said like, "I want only peace, peace time." I think it's a peace time. Plants good seeds, and the future will take care of the rest. And so, the legend of the silent seed continue forever, carried by the wind, told in stories, and planted in the hearts of everyone who believe in the patience, kindness, hope, and honesty. When one good seed is planted with patience and belief, it can grow into a legacy that inspire the world for generations. Generations had passed since the day Arjun planted the tiny seed his grandmother had given him. What was once a quiet village had now become become a place known for its wisdom, kindness, beautiful forest. At the center of everything still stood the tree of patience, taller, grander, and smarter and brighter than before. Its branches stretched wide like protective arms. Its roots ran deep into the earth, just like the lesson it had given to generation. People from distant lands often came to visit his special place. Some came to learn about nature, some came to hear the famous story, some simply came to sit under the great tree and feel its peaceful presence. Everyone wants peaceful life, but in this era, nobody want because everyone chasing the money. So we want only peaceful presence. So one day, a young traveler arrived in the village. He had heard many stories about the tree of patience and honesty, the best policy, and others. But there is one legend stories of the silent seed, curious and thoughtful. He sat quietly under the tree and began observing the villagers. He noticed something unusual. People in the village were always helping each other. Children respected their elders. Neighbors shared their foods, and strangers were welcomed very warmly, very gently. The traveler wondered, how can a simple tree inspire so much goodness? It's interesting. That evening, he met an old storyteller who had spent his entire life sharing the story of Arjun. The traveler asked him, is the real miracle this tree or the story behind it? The storyteller smiled wisely. The real miracle, he said, is not the tree. It is what the tree taught people. He continued. Arjun planted a seed with patience. The villagers protect it with care, and every generation share its lesson with love. The traveler looked at the giant tree once again. Suddenly, he understood something very important. The true power of the seed was not just in growing a tree, it was in growing good values in people's heart. Before leaving the village, the traveler decided to something special. He picked a small fruit from the tree of patience and carefully took the seeds from it. When the villagers asked what he was doing, he smiled and replied, I will take these seeds with me and plant them in other place. The villagers felt happy and proud of him. The message of the silent seed was now traveling beyond the village, reaching new lands, new hearts, and new lands. As the traveler walked away, the wind gently passed through the leaves of the tree of patience. The sound was soft and peaceful, almost like a whisper carried through time. Plant seeds of patience. Plant seeds of kindness. Plant seeds of hope. One day they will grow into a better world. And so the journey of the silent seeds never truly ended because every person who heard its story carried a seed with their own heart, waiting to grow into something powerful and wonderful. So, final of the story, great changes in the world often begin with the smallest seeds. Patience, kindness, belief, honesty, and others so on, and the courage to nurture them. I hope you like this video. I'm requesting don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And please watch till the end story because one subscribe is motivating to us. And please forward to someone else. We will meet you in next videos.